in 1988. College graduates.
Chris, if you have to pick a favorite, look at their championship round averages. Rick-Steelsmith has only averaged 191, where Marc McDowell 217. Both young collegians, as you say, but McDowell has been much more successful on television.
For McDowell, his 16th appearance on television. For Steelsmith, his 7th. So it's a 2-pin, that single pin for McDowell. Remember, we've had pins missed today. And even though they are the world's finest professionals, they too make errors, but they recover. Okay, we'll see Steelsmith in a moment. Here's Bo.
Thank you, Chris. Marshall Holman, 2 good games. The first one, excellent. The second game, you're a little off on your speed control. What's happening out on the championship pair right now?
Well, the oils continue to carry down a little bit, Bo. The left lane started getting a little bit tighter, and that's why I was kind of not trusting it and going a little bit high. So these guys can handle it. They're both seasoned veterans, and even though Ricky hasn't been out that long, he's a hell of a player.
But Steelsmith has really struggled in championship round appearances, and I don't want to bring up a bad subject, but that's what you've struggled with. Can you give him any advice?
Maybe he hooks the ball too much.
All right. Good luck to him. We'll see who wins. Thank you, Marshall.
You bet, Bo.
They were talking about Rick-Steelsmith qualifying second, and he has left the 3-6-10. And this in his open frame of this championship. Some distraction, some extraneous noises. It sounded like it was coming from Walkman radio.
This is a spare that Holman chopped. And Rick does the same thing. Holman had the 3-6. He played too much hook at it, chopped it off, and once again, Steelsmith off to a real shaky start. Plays the big hook on the 3-6-10. Chris, there's 2 schools of thoughts on the 3-6-10. Is should you go down and in and hook it in there, or go across lane with a straighter shot? Obviously, today has proven that a cross lane with a very straight shot, accuracy is all is needed, is the best way to attack those right-hand corner spares.
Nice comeback. But you can never make up lost spins for an error in bowling. You can hit a next great golf shot to recover from a bad one, but in bowling, you're dead.
You're right about that, especially in a one-game match. It's like a sudden death in a golf hole. Speaking of that, this really puts the pressure on the player.
Hoping that the 4-pin would go.
Tough split, the 4-10. And what he needs to do is get that ball over in the left-hand side of the lane and slide that 4 in the 10. He's quickly up on the approach. He's just going to fire at it. Tough shot.
So the collegian from West Texas State, those opens.
Well, Chris, I said it last game. I believe that McDowell's going to have some trouble when he's pressured, and he really wasn't pressured there by Steelsmith, but he's throwing so hard and is playing such a tremendous hook, and finally the last little shink in the armor is hanging in that thumb hole. He's unsure when he's going to get out of it. If he doesn't make some sort of adjustment, he's going to struggle against Steelsmith. Well, for a player, when he hangs in the thumb hole, you can either take a little tape out or throw the ball a little bit slower, or he has the option of getting another bowling ball. A player is allowed 8 bowling balls in the Pro Bowlers Tour, so if McDowell feels that he has no chance at all, he should reach down and get another ball before Steelsmith gets away from him.
Leaving a 4-pin, young man, 27 years of age, but what experience, including international, FIQ, won gold medals all over the place, with a style like this.
Chris, ideal 5-step delivery, steps left on his last step, tremendous wrist action. I tell you, he has one of the best on tour. He just needs to get his confidence going in the championship round. Right now, if he converts his spare, he will lead by 1 pin through 3 frames.
There it is again.
Well, he's shooting the ball down the left side, and he doesn't know what's on the left sideline. Look at the position that Rick-Steelsmith takes on the lane. He starts the ball. Look at down the left side. He's a right-handed bowler. That's where Ricky Ward should be. The lefty was in the first match. You can't consistently go down the left side and know what the ball is going to do, and it ran away from him. 2 major mistakes, but yet he's still in the match because